for joining me for yet another yoga class today. Today I figured we would be working on backbends. So most of our class will just be kind of strengthening our lower back. Maybe a lot of us are working from home and we have to be seated all day, and that can cause a lot of tension in the lower back. When we stand up, we tend to have a lot of back pain. Alright? So today, all of the energy, all of the breathing, we will go towards our lower back region. So I want you to start. Hopefully you have maybe a yoga block or maybe a book that's around this size. Okay? 2 would be even better. We might need them for some poses today. Okay? I want you to start in a shavasana, in a corpse pose. So just lying all the way down on the floor, face up. Okay? I want you to put one hand on your stomach and another hand on your chest. And I want you to start taking deep breaths in. So when you're inhaling, you feel how your stomach is basically popping up like a balloon. And then your chest. And then as you exhale, your chest goes down first. And then your belly. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. It's important to really breathe through these postures, through these poses, all right? And feel as that air is going to different parts of your body. Okay, so first we're going to start where we bend our legs, okay? And we put our hands on top of our knees. Our feet come off the yoga mat. And as you exhale, you push them away from you. And as you inhale, you bring your knees close to your chest. So this gives a nice little massage for your lower back. All right, so inhale, coming out. Exhale, coming back in. Inhale, pushing away from you. And exhale, coming back in. We'll do 3 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale and stay here, holding yourself, hugging your knees for 3, 2, 1. Dropping both knees to your right side. Feeling that stretch in your lower back. Bringing your arms in the shape of a T on the floor. Or if you don't have space, in like a cactus pose. Okay? And stay here. Breathing in and out. Feeling that stretch in your lower back. For 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure your knees are on your right side and you're looking towards your left side. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale. This time as you inhale, bring both your knees back to the center. And then as you exhale, you bring both your knees to your left side. And you look to your right side. We'll stay here for a few breaths as well. So 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring your knees back up. We're going to do a little flow of this. So as we exhale, we come to our right, we look to our left. As we inhale, we bring our knees back to the middle. As we exhale, bring our knees to the left, look to our right. Again, inhale, bring our knees to the middle, and then back to the right as you look towards the left. Inhale, again, just coming to the middle and to your left. One more. Inhale. And then here, we'll come to our right and slowly make our way into a seated position. We'll come into a tabletop. Okay, so when we are in tabletop, remember that you have your hands and your wrists right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips, okay? And here we're going to come into a cat-cow, but really focusing our energy, again, on our lower back, all right? So we inhale, coming up. Really bringing your tailbone like up and then your stomach down, right? Exaggerating that movement. And then exhale, arching our back like a cat. And just stay here. Inhale, coming up again. And exhale, coming down into cats. One more inhale, coming up. Again, exaggerating that movement. Exhale into cat. And then this time when we inhale, we lift up our right leg right behind us at the same time as our left hand. So we inhale and bring our right leg and our left hand straight out to kind of make a nice even line. Stay here for 3. Look forward for 2, 1, and release. Now, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left leg is going to go behind us. Right arm is going to go in front of us. Inhale, straightening out our limbs. Nice straight line, looking forward, making sure our hips are even facing the front. Staying here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Moving around here just a little bit to start getting some more mobility in our lower back. And then on an inhale, come into tabletop, and on an exhale, downward dog. We're going to move around a little bit. It might be your first downward dog of the day. And stay here for 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, making sure that our spine is lengthening as if someone's pulling us up by our tailbone. Bringing our head towards the floor, feeling that like it's heavy towards the floor. Looking at our legs behind us. If you want, you may stay in this pose, or you can join me. I'm going to bring my hands a little bit further out. I inhale and come up on my toes. Exhale and make my way into an upward dog. But still keeping my toes tucked in. I inhale, coming back up on my toes, and exhale, coming into a downward dog. Again, you can stay here, or join me, or maybe you just want to make your way into a downward dog. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale into downward dog. Leave your feet nice and flat on the floor. Our thighs, our pelvis, nothing is touching the yoga mat. Our arms are nice and straight and shoulders are away from the ears. Staying here for 3, 2, 1. Making our way, tucking in our toes, making our way back into downward dog and moving our legs around just a little bit. Good. You can come down into child's pose, straightening out our arms in front of us. And we keep getting closer and closer to the bottoms of our feet. From here, we come up and we swing our arms up as we stay on our knees. Bring our arms up above us, making sure that our shoulders are loose, relaxed, away from our ears. Palms together, bringing them down and curving our bodies all the way down to the floor. Inhaling. Swinging on our arms up again, all the way up. Looking between our hands. Palms together, come all the way down. One more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. And remain in child's pose. On your next inhale, come into tabletop. Exhale, come into downward dog. On your next inhale, you're going to lift up your right leg and then bend it. You're going to look in between your hands. And then exhale, bringing your leg right in front of you, between your hands. Coming into a high lunge, a crescent lunge. Palms come together, and here you can either bring your knee down to the floor or keep it nice and straight. And then your left elbow will touch your right knee. Your back elbow is going to be a little bit more straightforward, facing the back, and you're going to look towards the back. I'm going to stay here for 3. Again, you can be on your knee, or just a nice high lunge. 2, 1. Release. Bringing your palms back down, your leg behind you, again coming into downward dog. Lifting up our left leg, bending it, looking between our arms to our left side. Exhale, bring your leg in between your hands, and again coming into a high lunge with your arms up, nice and straight. Shoulders relaxed, chest expanding, palms together. On an exhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee. And looking behind you over your left shoulder. And release, bringing your back foot right behind you again. And this time we'll come into a plank. So make sure your hips are not up and they're not all the way down in downward dog, but rather at a nice level, even level. And we're going to kind of squeeze our elbows inward to come to our chaturanga. You can do this on your knees or starting from the plank. If it's from your knees, you slowly bring your upper body all the way down and then straighten out. If it's from a plank, you slowly come squeezing in your elbows into a chaturanga. From here, we'll do a Sphinx pose. So your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Your fingers are widely spread, facing forward. This is a nice, relaxing backward bend. So take a few deep breaths here. One more. And slowly lower yourself to the floor. Bring your arms to your side. One more deep breath in and out. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, but on the mat. Let's see. And then you can either do an extended cobra or a baby cobra. So when you inhale, you lift up your head, your shoulders, your chest. And you can stay here, looking at your yoga mat, or you can make it a little bit higher, okay? So you can do the extended cobra. Stay here, keeping your legs behind you activated as you do this. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale and slowly make your way back down on the yoga mat. Arms to your side. And stay here for 3 breaths. Bring your arms behind you and interlock your fingers. Keep your arms nice and straight right behind you. And as you inhale, you lift up your head and your shoulders and your chest. You keep your legs still flat down on the floor, but keeping them nice and tight and activated. Your arms straight behind you, as if you're trying to pull your shoulders away from your ears. Coming into a snake and staying here for 3, 2, 1, and release, slowly making your way back down on the floor. Staying there for 3 deep breaths. This time we're going to inhale and bring our arms again interlocking behind us. But this time we're also going to lift up our legs at the same time, okay? So we inhale, lifting up our arms just like the snake before. But then we're also going to bring up our legs behind us, feeling that nice stretch in our lower back. Now, if at any moment we can't do this, or our lower back is really hurting, you stop. This is where you come into child's pose if you need it. Otherwise, remain here for another 3, 2, 1, and release. Staying here for 2 deep breaths. And then lifting ourselves up. Here, coming into child's child's pose, just kind of moving around a little bit. And then maybe you have 2 blocks, or maybe you have some books of the same size, but you can keep them right behind you, okay? Right by your feet, as we try to make our way into a camel pose. So here, you bring your hands right behind you, and you feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Maybe for today, if this is your first time doing the camel pose, maybe this is enough, and you can just stay here. Or maybe you want to bring your hands to your blocks right behind you, and just stay here in a nice stretch. And stay here for a few breaths. But if this is too easy for you, and you've done this before, maybe you want to come into a full camel pose. So that means you bring slowly one hand behind you, touching your heel, another hand behind you, touching your heel, and then finally your head dropping backwards. Keeping your body activated. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, one step at a time, slowly making your way down to child's pose, to a nice deep stretch. Bringing your feet crisscross behind you, coming into a seated position. We'll do a nice staff pose. So keeping your legs nice and straight and activated, your feet, your toes pointing up. You bring your arms right to your side, nice and straight, and you feel like someone is pulling on your spine, trying to make you straighter and longer and longer. And you inhale here, exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Inhale, raising up your arms. Exhale, forward bend all the way to your toes. Maybe today you just reach here and that's okay. Maybe you come all the way to your toes. You keep your arms nice and activated here as well. Maybe holding on to your toes, to your big toe, and keeping your arms straight, your back straight, and looking forward. And release. We're going to come into the bridge pose, but slowly. First we'll do a few deep breaths. So come all the way down on your mat, but keep your legs bent. Okay? As you inhale, you'll start lifting first your tailbone, then your lower back all the way to your upper back, and then exhale, we start from the top, lowering ourselves all the way down, our tailbone being the last to drop. This time when we do that, we'll incorporate our arms. So as we inhale, our arms come up as our bodies start to lift up. And then our arms come down as we exhale and our bodies touch the floor. Let's do one more of these. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming for the bridge pose, you'll bring your arms underneath you. Okay, so they're right underneath you right now. And as you inhale, you leave your neck nice and neutral. Don't force it. You inhale, you start lifting up your lower body, your tailbone, all the way up. All the way up, you feel like your chest is expanding. Your whole body is nice and straight. Your neck is neutral. Make sure that your knees are not open, but rather tight together as if tied by glue. If you have a problem with that, again, you can use a block and put that block in between your knees. And try that again. And stay here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bringing your knees together and kind of massaging your lower back on the floor. Massaging, coming from side to side. Maybe you want to do a happy baby. So you open up your legs nice and wide, hold on to your big toes. Do a nice happy baby here. Bring your feet together, come all the way down to the floor. And make your way in a seated position. These are just a few poses that maybe you can do every once in a while after having been sitting down for so long at your desk, at your work. Okay, and this will kind of loosen a little bit all of that tension that we tend to get in our lower back. You may stay here or maybe back down in Shavasana, lying down and maybe meditating for a couple of minutes. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.